What's up, y'all? We're back with episode 2. I am Dave.
And I'm Tom. Episode 2. Let's go.
Live from this is now the studio.
Ooh, I like that. The studio.
It's the lounge, but it's the studio as well.
I'm on the couch, so I think of it as the lounge.
Do you remember when this was very open to the public?
Yes, I do. It was. I kind of miss those days a little bit. You get random people coming in and that just would sit down and chill, and they're like, "Oh, all right," which is what we wanted it to be.
And I would have actually some of the kids that come in on Wednesday, like they always have a chaperone, and all they want to do is ask me for free stuff. And any of their new buddies would come in and they would just park it on the couch and watch sports.
Which is great.
Yeah, you could tell they were just a little more of the introverted crowd, but I'm glad it's kind of walled off. I do still have people wander over next to you by the stanchion.
We had that the other day in the shop. Some dude just kind of, we're like, oh, just cutting through. Okay. It's all right. I mean, it happens. It's never malicious.
And I never get mad at people. I'm just like, oh, hey, this is like my area. Right. Can you just like move that way? You're so close. Just like take like a few steps back.
Yep.
Did I tell you about the alleged Amazon person that showed up? Amazon business?
No.
Okay. So
let's hear.
We were going to go in a totally different direction with this, but all right. So I get literally off the phone. I had this awesome call with PSA, and like 2 minutes after, so there's this light in the way, and so I can't see. So I like get up, take my earbuds out, and somebody is standing right in front of where you're sitting.
Oh, jeez, right in your face,
and
right
is
in your
already
area.
Talking to me, and I haven't even acknowledged he's there. Saying something like, "Oh yeah, it's are you the boss? Yeah, you give off the boss vibe." Like I can't even answer his questions. He's going so fast. And he wants me to order $100 worth of stuff like on site right now.
Oh yeah, just here.
And I'm like, oh cool. I'm like, look, man, I just got off a call. I'm kind of busy today. Can you leave me your card? Right? It's a normal thing to do.
Yeah, standard.
Like
we don't just hand out $100 checks.
No, or an email. Like just your email. It's like I don't have a card, and I'm like, what do you mean you don't have a card? You don't have a card, even one that just says generic Amazon, like without your name.
Right.
So I said, all right. He's like, well, I have a badge. And he shows me this Amazon business badge real quick. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's a picture of you. Like, anybody can make that.
Is it up on the fakes wall now?
I wish I had got it. Hey, man, how much for your badge? So the conversation goes, I go, look, man, if you shoot me an email. He's like, well, can I come back today? When's a good time? I'm like, you got to come back, like, next week. Like, this is stuff you got to put on my calendar.
Right.
First of all, you entered the space. This is a big no-no.
Right.
But that's okay. We can recover from this if you can just give me some time. And you solicited. Like, I need a sign that says no solicitors because I don't want to have to tell people to get the F out because that's rude, even though it's what I want to say. And I understand that people are doing their job and they're trying to get sales. I get it. Mm-hmm. But I just really wanted to tell them, like, dude, you need to hit the bricks and never come back.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I get door to door all the time when I'm working remote most of the time.
People are like, oh my God, you're home.
Knock on the door. I'm like, okay. They just don't get it. I'm like, okay.
Shot clock.
I had to tell one guy because he kept, I'm like, dude, just get off my property. Like, I said no 3 times. I'm at work. I've got to work. Go away. And like, he kept talking. I shut the door. like,
what else can you're like,
I can't.
I think, and this might lead into what we're going to talk about today, which is how do you let people down easy when they don't have $1 million worth of cards?
Right.
So with salespeople, it's much easier because you're like, I'm not trying to connect with you. I don't want you as a potential customer. I just want you to leave. And there's no time to be nice.
Right.
Like you gave them the options, which was you have to leave or leave me something. Like leave me a brochure. I may throw it away, but you did your thing.
Right. At least I can look at it, see what you're up to, and we can go from there. But most of the time, it's just you're just coming at me.
Yeah.
Outside sales is just, I used to do it. It's awful.
Yeah. That's why I love that we have the magnet here at the shop. But anyway, with the Amazon guy, I'm not even sure he was with Amazon. And then, of course, he left and because he's like, oh, I won't be around. And I'm like, all this sounds really strange.
Then you don't need my business. You're not going to be around.
$100? Why do you want to scam me for $100?
Yeah.
Okay. If you were Amazon, I would have had an email. You would have been able to know I was on Prime. I told them I was on Prime. And I'm like, dude, you're younger than me, but I don't think you understand. I've been here before you were even able to crawl. I know how the internet works better than you.
Yeah.
And then he walked.
Who do I call?
Door.
What's your business phone? What's your number?
Who can I get in touch with? Like, if this is, he's like, we can sign you up for free on. I'm like, on Business Prime. I'm like, great. If I want to do that, I will do that. I can do it from my phone. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's easy.
Yeah.
So salespeople aside, I've had a number of people come in here. And I know you've had a number of people approach you about.
Oh, I get it all the time.
I want to sell my cards. Yep. Do you guys buy or do you just sell?
And we do buy. Yes. Yes.
We buy.
We buy.
But you know what I say? I always say I'm always looking to buy.
Right.
Because I don't want to fully commit because somebody could easily say, oh, you said you'd buy. No, I said I'm always looking to buy. I would like the opportunity to buy your stuff. And I learned that early on just to be really clear about that. And now I've changed it to, hey, on Tuesday, anytime you guys can come in. Tuesday, I'm ready to buy your stuff. I'm ready to look at your stuff to potentially buy it. Yeah. And recently, somebody brought a bunch of cards from the 80s. You know, we both love cards from the 80s, especially baseball.
Oof. We love them. I love them.
Now, when somebody comes in with cards from this era, the loving junk wax era that we love to call, I do most of the buying around here, but how do you deal with folks? Like, how do you let them down easy?
So I've had a few come in, and it's easier for me because I can typically you're not here.
Yeah.
Or even if you're sitting here and they don't know, I can say, oh, you're going to have to talk to the owner. You know, and if they don't know you're the owner, then, you know. But I had one kid a few weeks ago call, and he was, I say kid, he was probably an adult. I don't know.
It's a kid to us.
I think everyone's a kid, right? And he was saying how he's got these signed, framed photographs and all this stuff of all these guys, of, you know. And I think it was like a Griffey maybe, and then maybe a Ricky Henderson.
Yeah.
And he had heavy interest with somebody down in Saugus, Mass or something, but he would rather just sell it up here. But we had to act quick, and I was like, I'm like,
a lot of red flags in that
I'm like,
sentence.
no, I just, yeah, and I'm like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, if you have a buyer, go. So I kind of just egged him on. I'm like, yeah, go get it, man.
Awesome.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't have the authorization. I can always throw that.
True. You have a buffer.
You know, and I can buy small stuff and whatever, but or if it's the right.
You'll
stuff.
text me. I mean, you've been like, hey, these shirts this much. Is that cool?
Right.
You want me to do it?
But I was like, dude, you have a buyer. Make the sale.
Why are you calling me?
Make the sale. Yep. I'm not going to outbid you on some random, you know. So that's easy. I get a lot of people think that their wax, their 80s and 90s wax is, well, and eBay's awful because someone posts a Barry Bonds rookie card for $38,000.
Rookie error Barry Bonds.
Yeah. So it's just, you know.
But that's a good phrase. I don't have the authorization.
Right.
Or, yeah, awesome. If you have another buyer, like, go do that.
And sometimes, too, I'll say, you know, well, we're going to buy at a cost where we can resell.
We got to make some money.
We have to make some money, so it's typically better for you to just sell it yourself.
Yeah, so that's kind of the phrase I say. I go, hey, I'm not always the best buyer, but typically on the high, and I bet you people are going to kind of freak out when I say this, on the high, I'm at 40% of quote-unquote comps. Mm-hmm. And now that is like a whole other thing to get into because I've seen all these influencers and people say, I buy at 80%. And I'm like, no, you don't.
Nobody's
I just don't
80%.
believe you.
No.
But I had an epiphany, and I told this to Tim. I said, look, this is why people say they buy at 80% of comps, because it's their weird little messed up comp that they believe is which is not the number. It's totally off base.
Right. Well, people tell fantasy stories about that stuff, about what things are worth and how and how much they, you know, think something's worth. And we try to be as truthful as possible with people.
Yeah.
You know, this card is, you know, you bring in a raw Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. That's an awesome card. It's sweet. Yeah, it was $100 when we were 10 years old.
Yeah. It's like $50.
It's like $50 now. So I'll buy it for $20 if it looks really nice. But we don't need it.
No.
I just don't need it.
I'm like, look around. We have
them.
A lot. So we have them specifically, and we just have a lot of stuff. But yeah, the phrases I try to use is, I got some great stuff here, a lot of great value. I just have that in abundance. That's been kind of our like term. Like if you hear somebody around here say abundance, then we have a lot, and there's no motivation to buy.
Right.
But if somebody's really motivated, they'll just, you show them almost any amount of cash and they'll take it.
Well, and so on the flip side of letting people down, other times people come in with great stuff. They haven't even looked through it, and they'll take $50, and we go through and we find great stuff.
And they're thrilled.
And they're happy as can be. They're like, well, I just didn't want this stuff in my garage anymore. So it's tough. It's tough when you're on the other side, because we're in the middle. We see all the sides, and then it's tough when you've got someone that truly wants an X amount, when the next person that walks in is just going to dump the same stuff on the counter and say, I don't care, give me $10, or give me that jersey, and
give me that bobblehead.
Right.
I've had people donate stuff. Can I just leave it? Yeah. And I found awesome stuff in the donations.
Yeah. So it comes. The stuff comes. The stuff comes and goes.
It's just one of those realities of being in here, and I never want to just turn someone away because I'm not in the mood.
Right. Well, and you never know. I mean, the economy's tough. You never know. These people, maybe they need the money. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're just trying to pull something. But, you feel bad. But it's not many people have the $20,000 card in their attic.
No, that we did see the other day. Like that Warren Spahn that we talked about in episode 1.
Like some people do, but we tell them.
Yeah.
You have this. Let's sell it together.
Yeah, I would rather. And, I've been talking to a couple buddies, and they're like, oh, like, here's what I would have done. I would have just, spent $2,000. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. But at the same time, like, I would rather, since I own the shop and I have a brand to think about, I'd rather this woman like hold us in such high regard because we really made her a lot of money.
Right.
I'll take my 30%. I have no skin in the game. Those grading fees, I'm going to get them back.
Yep.
Like, if she just tells one other person with a collection, then it's more than worth it. Like, do I want to make a short extra $10,000? Like, that's not life-changing money. Like, I think that's too short-sighted.
Well, and we're building a card community.
We are.
And you don't treat community members like that.
No.
So you've got to treat them with respect. You got to, you want them to make money. We make money too. And it's just all together. There's room for everyone.
There's so much room.
So
that's a great point you bring up, the community. I think about that too.
Yeah. I just, we want to make sure that our customers are taken care of. We're taken care of. Everyone, everyone's taken care of, because it sucks when, you hear these stories of, I bought this card for $100 off this old lady, and I sold it for $10,000. It's like, okay, why? If you knew.
Yeah, I can't sleep at night personally. No. Like, that would keep me up all hours knowing that you're essentially just ripping people off.
Right. No, I can't. I don't like that stuff either. It's not who I am.
No.
It's not who you are. It's not who we are here at Double Play.
No.
So it's just,
We want to give you a fair deal because, like, you came to us because you feel like we're the subject matter experts, right. And we like to think we are. In most areas, we are.
Right,
or we know more than you do.
And we can figure it out.
Yeah.
If I see something I don't know, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you.
Yeah.
Let's look it up. Let's figure it out.
That's what I pay everybody here to do. Is like figure it out
together. Let's have other people look at it. Let's have so.
It is tough because it's usually a situation like somebody's like, oh, it's like a family member died and I've got to sell their stuff, and I'm like, damn, like that sucks. I get it. Yeah. But you also have to have the business mind to say, I can't buy this. I actually can't even really make you an offer because your offer's what you want is so high. I'm like, I wouldn't even take this stuff for like $100.
Right.
So we're like so far off.
Right. Well, and people don't factor in,
how much your time,
the time it takes, the
biggest
space
one
to hold it. Sometimes they're collections, and it's just
often
it takes up space.
That.
You can't just hold on to bins full of cards everywhere.
But that's been the last couple weeks is 2 storage units. I haven't seen them yet. but it's two different people. And I'm just thinking, I'm working on this new play where we can wholesale stuff, sort of, and do consignments. And of course, as soon as this new idea drops in, like the cigar box comes in, this one person comes in with they said potentially $1 million worth of things. You never know, so you kind of just take them at their word till you can see it. And then this other guy who's like, yeah, I got autos, I got sealed stuff from 1970 to 2015. And I'm just like, whoa.
I like when people are like that too. They know they have good stuff, and they're not overly excited about it.
Yeah.
Just
stating
get some
facts.
stuff you want to look at. Like, let's see if we can both figure this out.
Which is why I love the consignment. If we can make, I want, that's the phrase. Let's make some money
Together.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna split it. I'm gonna do all the work for you.
Right.
You have the stuff. That's your leverage. My leverage is the expertise and the work and the people here.
And putting it in a spot where you can get that person top dollar.
They're the most, yeah. Highest and best is what we try.
Right.
It's usually difficult when I run into someone like I had this one autographed, like the autographed bat. There was a number on it, and I was like, this is so high. I said, do I have any wiggle room? Because I want to sell this, but I'm kind of handcuffed at this price. And then the unfortunate thing was, of course, the person comes back, and I'm like, yeah, it's your thing. You can get it whenever you want. They were like, oh, that was the price you had? And I was just sitting here like, yeah, that's you specifically in our contract said so. But in those moments, you can't get defensive. You just go, yep, that's what I had on it, knowing full well I'm like, this didn't sell because it's never going to sell at this price.
Well, and going along with those things, you bring something in consignment too. My dad did consignment for a long time. I don't know if he still does or not. He's in the ship model space. He builds ship models and stuff. So
Mad specific.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. He loves that stuff. Peel Craftsman, to go take a look if you ever need a ship model. Little shout out to my
shout
dad.
out. Let's go.
But people when they know they're bringing it in here and they know they're not selling it today, they can say, "Oh yeah, I want $1,000." Boom. But then, and we say, "Okay, that's what you need." Yes. And then they come back, "Oh, it hasn't sold." And they're like, "Yeah, people are more around 600 for it." "Oh, well, why don't you take it?" "Well, you told us 1,000."
Yeah, and I asked specifically too, do I have any wiggle room? And you said no.
Right, but people react differently when the money is right there. So, like we all do. I mean,
the amount of times I've made deals or offers at shows, and I literally show me the money. I have the $100 bills out. Really hard to turn that down.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, we've all been to a garage sale or a yard sale or something, and they've got jerseys out or old DVDs out. Used to buy DVDs at yard sales all the time, and the DVDs are $5 each. I got 3, and I have $7. You want it? Okay.
Okay, done.
Cool.
Price to move.
Right. So it's I don't know, just.
I think it's just it's interesting because most people who run retail aren't buying from your customers. You have your stuff you buy, and you're only selling.
Right.
And so we are kind of a active, like, high-end flea market, if you will.
Well, yeah, because most retail is the price is the price.
Yeah.
You can't walk into Walmart and say, how about a little bit lower? They'll be like,
how about you roll back the prices for me?
Yes, keep the prices rolling. A cowboy hat.
So it's an interesting dynamic, and it's a chance to make money, and it's a chance that I have regulars who come in all the time with stuff, and often we don't even negotiate. I'll just be like, $20? They're like, yep. Or $100?
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
They just know they're trying to liquidate things and save me time.
Right. Well, and a lot of those people too will have respect for you and the shop and know that you've got to make some money too. So
it's a re-education, and it's gonna keep happening over time, and it's never going to change, which is why I had to adjust and say, look, Tuesday you come in here and sell. Any other day, it's a coin flip. I'm like, I try to read the person. If they got like a bags of a bunch of junk, I'm like, you know what? That's not really what I'm into. Let me just save you the time.
Well, and you have to be in the mentality as well. You know,
Yeah.
you can't be constantly being brought in stuff that is not worth anything. It needs a high price, and
Yeah.
then you become miserable, and that's not good for anybody.
And it's more of the time, like, people are just, like, hijacking my schedule. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't walk into your place of work and be like, hey, Tom, I know you're in the middle of something. Do you want to just help me right now?
Right.
It's like, no, like, there's a lot of lack of awareness there, and
Right.
but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because most people, they understand. They'll, like, wait, and they see I'm doing something. It's the Amazon dude that walked back here, and I'm like,
Right.
dude,
God.
if you walked into my house, you would be down for the count.
Yep.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Well, he said you wouldn't see him, so he's gone.
He truly, I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
So he was a man of his word.
Right.
Yeah, it's been an interesting month because school's not out yet, and it's been a little slower in here. But the
2
online, 2 weeks. Okay,
2
so
weeks.
The countdown's on, and the kids are going to be coming in. They started to trickle in a little bit,
Yep.
but it's been slower in store, and some of the stuff I'm buying, like, I'll just be honest. Sometimes you buy stuff by the case, and you just have to rip it because the price isn't good enough for it to sit, and then you're like, I'm already going to take a loss. So do I want to wait, or should I just rip it all, and then maybe I'll get some hits and get my money back faster?
Let's find that case hit. Let's sell it. Let's make the money back. Let's find some inserts. Let's find some rookie cards and sell
Run
them.
it through Whatnot, and then we got a new play, but I can't really talk about it. But it's a new business move. It's basically going to help me do way more consignments.
Which again, consignment is great.
Yeah,
helps us, helps you.
That's golden. That's any of these big guys. That's what they do because we're just facilitating the deal.
Right.
You don't have to buy my cards. Like, that's okay. Like, I'll just sell anybody's cards.
Because it's wild west out there on eBay. Trying to go on and sell on eBay yourself or whatever. It's
just starting, and you have no ratings, and nobody trusts you.
Right. Yeah. And you see these people post stuff at wild prices and. Then you don't even get it, and it's just.
Or they end the listing. Oh no, actually, I wanted to get more. Like, how many times have you bought something and someone's like, "Oh, I can't sell it at that price." I'm like, "But you just did."
Right. I've been at card shows looking through stuff, and I was like, "Oh, can you do any better on this card?" And they're like, "Oh, actually, that card's not for sale." Like. What are we
it's
got
a price on it. It's right here. Why'd you bring it?
Right. Why am I sitting here looking at this? What are you doing? Like, aren't we all here to buy and sell?
Yeah. Or, oh, that's my PC. I'm like, leave your PC at home.
Yeah. Yep. So, or have a very clearly labeled PC. I'm just showing this stuff off.
Right. Like, look at my great card.
And then you better have some great stuff in there because I don't want to look at.
Yeah. Like, oh, look at my.
I don't want to look at your wax.
Yo, somebody brought it. I don't either. It sounds like a taboo word, wax. Ooh. Somebody brought in a 1989 Topps Pete Rose Manager and was thoroughly convinced it was like a $300 card. And I was like, here's the thing, man. There's a lot of people online that will have these made-up errors, or it's pink, or there's no line, or no trademark.
Right.
They're not recognized. Your card is worth maybe 10 cents.
Maybe.
Yeah. To me, it's not worth it.
If only the Pete Rose Manager card was worth $300, I'd have probably about $8,000, $9,000.
Yeah.
Make it round up to.
And then when I tell people, I can see him die a little inside, like, oh, Barry Bonds, right? I'm like, I have a row of just this card. They're like, what do you mean, 87? No, just only the 87 Bonds.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm like, yeah, I don't even need yours.
Do you want one?
Yeah. Do you want
to have two?
You can have two right now for free.
Yeah.
Just a giveaway.
And to be fair, when we were growing up,
but that was the card.
Our parents were all, our parents went off to war or whatever, or older folks that had mantles. They had Ted Williams. They had all these cards. They had Willie Mays, and they all got ruined. And there weren't
bicycle spokes.
Yeah, they're in the bicycle spokes.
Flip cards.
They got thrown away. Why do the parents? What are you wasting?
Happened to
money
my
on this
dad.
stuff? Yeah, just throwing stuff away. And so they were so rare. So what did the card companies do in the 80s and 90s? They're just, let's make so many of these that everyone has 10 of them. And it's
you get a card. Actually, you get 10.
Some of these people need to go back to 10th grade economics class and supply and demand and understand that this stuff is, it's fun.
It is a basic economics lesson, and I'm glad some of the kids, like your son, he's getting it, and some of his buddies who come in, and this other kid Dylan. Like these kids come in and they're starting to see what's okay. That's not printed. I don't see that card a lot. That's why it's worth more. Right. This card I see all the time. Okay, that's a cheaper card. It's still cool, but it's not like I can't trade it for a graded card.
Right. The speaking of my son and ripping cards with him, you know how Topps does so it's 2025 now. They have some that are numbered out of 2025.
Yes,
and that's the thing.
We're back. No longer 2024.
And my son's 10, and he's just like, okay, like I don't care. That's not to him. 25. That's not a numbered card. Is because it's too many. Now he doesn't need everything to be 1 out of 1, but he'll be like, ooh, out of 75, out of 50, out of 100, out of 150. You get to like $2.99, $4.99. He's just like, yeah, it's numbered, but whatever.
Yeah. So he knows, and he's 11.
Yeah, almost.
So if he already knows, adults, you have no excuse.
Right. Yeah. It's like, come on, guys. Come on.
It's economies of scale.
Let's get it together.
The other thing I found interesting too is like with Whatnot, people will be like, "Oh, run that card or run it at $2," and I'm like, "Read the room, buddy. There's 10 people in here. I'm not doing that. I'll run it at the price."
Right.
And then I was like, "Okay, I'll run it. I said I would. $500. Oh, it didn't sell. Oh no.
Right.
Because it's worth $500.
Well, the same people that come in here trying to sell their card for 1,000 are on Whatnot trying to buy everything for 1.
Yes. Yeah. Please, you just
right. Which good for you. If you can get it, get it.
But you can't.
Right. But you can't. So
the real thing is you can't, and you're just wasting a ton of time.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm always fascinated. Like, I'll never cease to be fascinated by how this business works because we're selling stuff people do not need. Nobody needs this to survive.
Right. Nope. This is all fun.
So if you can sell cards, you can sell anything.
Yep.
I want to get to your question that I have not done any homework on.
Oh, I love this. I can't wait for this.
Tee it up.
I've thought about this question recently. I saw the movie Hot Rod.
It's
Have you ever seen Hot Rod?
With Andy Samberg?
Yep. I've never seen it before. And it was what it was. It was funny. But I got a question for you. What is your favorite sports movie that is not overly well known or over, like you can't say Happy Gilmore. Everyone's seen it. Something that people haven't seen.
Yes, people have seen it. Well, it's not technically a sports movie, but heavyweights.
All right.
There's sports in the movie, but I wouldn't consider it a sports movie. It's like going to camp. It's like a fun family movie.
All right.
But there's sports, and there's the tie-in with Tony Perkis. Is he the one that opened Globo Gym and Dodgeball?
Right.
Dodgeball is also a very well-known movie. I'm going to have to...
Good answer.
Yeah.
My go-to on that question is always Green Street Hooligans.
Great movie.
Oh, so you've seen it. So
I've seen it.
Blew me up. Yeah.
But only because I went to this. I went to film school, film nerd. So the guy that shot all the SNL digital shorts forever, Alex Buono, he shot that movie.
Awesome.
And so he was talking about it in this lecture. I'm like, this is great. And that's when I got introduced to it.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. Elijah Wood.
Yeah. Elijah Wood. And then I forget the other guy. But I think it's someone pretty well known.
Cult sports movies.
But yeah, let us know what your cult classic is for sports movies.
Yeah. Like, what about The Program? You ever seen The Program?
The Program was one of the other ones on my list.
It would always be on TV, and me and my brother would watch The Program. And the guy's all roided out, and when you're a kid, you don't understand why he's all angry. He just smashes his head into the window of the SUV.
And they give the running back the football, and they're telling him not to lose it. He's like sleeping in class.
Everywhere. And some of the actors, like, I think it's like, not Scott Baio, but Scott Bakula, I think, is in there.
Yep.
He's like the quarterback, because of course he is. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
The other guy in Green Street Hooligans is Charlie Hunnam.
Oh,
young Charlie Hunnam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
Sons, right? Sons of Anarchy.
Yep. Of Sons of Anarchy fame. And then Claire Forlani, I believe, is in that movie. I think she was in Mallrats. I had a huge crush on her when I was younger. Still
good casting.
But yeah, it's just such a great
lesser known sports movies.
Great movie.
You know what? I Google it, and the first thing that comes up is The Program.
Yep.
A League of Their Own. That's pretty well known. Oh, Big Fan is good with Patton Oswald. He's like on the sports radio, and he always calls in. He's like a big Giants fan.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
It's a really good one, and he's got the paint, and like you can tell this guy like lives by himself. He's like very depressed, and he lives and dies to call into sports talk radio.
Right.
It's like you calling into Francesa all the time and doing that thing.
I'll have to check that out. I think asking a question in that way is a great way to get recommendations. Like,
Yeah,
hey
it
Dave,
is.
what's your favorite book? But you have to bet $100 that I've never heard of it. Because then it changes your answer.
Right.
And that's kind of what we're doing with the movies. Or like, what's your favorite Netflix show that you don't think I've ever heard of?
I think we can just build this into the pod as a segment.
Oh yeah.
For different categories.
Yeah, for different categories, different things.
What's your favorite like sports card set that maybe you've never seen?
Right. Or what's your favorite insert set?
Comic book.
It's for anything. I love it because it really makes people think. Oh, what's your favorite movie? Oh, The Godfather.
Right.
Oh,
It is good.
Right. It's great. But okay, what's your favorite movie that you don't think I've ever heard of?
Yeah.
And I love that aspect of it. So, Green Street Hooligans is mine. Another recent one, which a lot of people have heard of, but whenever it's on, I love watching Draft Day.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh,
I've seen the trailer, right? Like I know it exists. I just
you should have
haven't.
watched it. You should have watched it before the draft.
That's true.
It's so good.
I've still got time this summer.
Kevin Costner as the GM of the
Cleveland
Browns, and then Dennis Leary is the head coach.
Amazing. Good casting.
You gotta watch it, yeah, right.
I think we're gonna have to watch this movie about John Madden, which has Nick Cage and Christian Bale.
Yeah, we do it.
As Al Davis.
We've got some great sports movies coming up. We got that. We got Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out.
I have to watch it.
Oh,
of course, we're gonna do a review, but it's a sequel. All sequels, with very few exceptions, are not as good as the original.
True. Godfather 2 is pretty good.
Yeah. Back to the Future 2 is also very good.
Yeah.
So yours was Green Street Hooligans. Mine would be Big Fan.
Big Fan.
And The Program. Both football related.
Yeah, very good. Goon is a good one too.
Yeah.
The hockey movie with Sean William Scott.
Love Goon. And there's a second
great.
one too.
Yep.
What about Celtic Pride? I know you've seen that.
Yes, but not in a long time.
It's so great. Was it Marv from Home Alone?
Yes.
Daniel Stern.
Yes, God, I feel like I was a kid.
Bob Cousy's in it. I was a kid, and like it's the Jazz and the Celtics in the finals, and they do some stuff, and I don't want to ruin it for people that haven't seen it, but two of the biggest Celtics fans is Daniel Stern, and I can't remember his on-screen.
I'll have to give that one
cohort,
a rewatch.
but yeah, that one's.
I definitely haven't seen that in a long, long time.
I might need to because the Celtics have just been tough.
Well,
but hey, OKC. Jalen Williams, Santa Clara going to the finals. Everybody, look at me now. I was the one buying all the Jalen Williams cards.
You and your Santa Clara boys.
Yeah.
Yep. No, God, they've got to be the favorites, right?
Yeah. I mean, they won, 5 games by 30 points this playoffs?
Whew. Jeez.
That's a lot.
Such a shame with Tatum.
I know, but he'll be back.
He will be back. He will do it. Hopefully they'll have a team.
Uncertain about what's going to happen. I really just wish we would trade a bunch of people and picks and get Cooper Flagg, but man can dream.
Can we get Cooper in Boston, please?
Do you know how bananas it would be? The craziest thing since Larry Bird.
Oh yeah, yep. It
would be nuts.
It's already crazy. People are already wanting the Dallas jersey,
Yeah.
So
I mean, we don't have to change the colors of the In Flag We Trust shirts, which is cool.
That's true. Maybe you get a green.
Yeah, we have a green one.
And that would work too.
It's an exclusive
with the flag. With the state of Maine flag.
Yeah,
get the green. Yeah, I don't know. It would be pretty awesome if he came into Boston, but
we're hoping to get a chance to hang and see Cooper at Fanatics Fest. Nothing is official.
Fingers crossed.
He will be there.
I think I'm away that weekend. You'll be there.
I'll get him in the vlog.
Yep. Hey, Coop, can you wave to Tom?
No, not Tom Brady. Tom. Our Tom.
Oh, who's that?
You mean, Tom Brady's right there. No, Tom.
He sells your...
You've seen him in the videos.
He sells your brand at the shop.
Yeah,
oh, okay, cool.
Him, fine.
Tom.
Yeah, so, we'll see. It's a wild world, but good Ep 2. We'll work some more segments in.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yep, we need We'll figure out some more segments, more fun stuff.
Trying to make it so you audience members, all y'all who are watching or listening, like doing it for you. Like me and Tom were going to chat anyway, but
Right.
I also want to remember that we're telling stories not just to each other,
Right.
but to like audience members. So send in your questions if you have them.
Yeah, got questions, got comments, need me to get a new hat, new haircut.
Somebody's got a new haircut.
Yeah. Oh,
my man.
looking
Oh.
So let's hear it. It's fun. I love doing it. So
Yep, 2 in the books.
episode 2 in the books and episode 3 next week.
Let's do it.
Oh, and we'll talk Red Sox maybe.
All right.
Because they're playing great. They're playing great.
Listen, the Red Sox, if there's a way to lose, they're going to figure it out. They will find a way.
They do find new and exciting ways to lose games.
And with that, we're out. All right.
See you guys.
Peace.